All right, everybody, we are back, and I have Notjaw Witness, Mrs. Snarky, Godless Iowan, and Artie Brain Sample with me. So, guys, other than obviously having the whole video out of order, what did you all think of it?
Well, listen, Lumbee Miles Above, I thought it was a good video. Yeah.
Got all the pieces parts together. It's just when you started, Swedish chef and that shit.
Work. No, seriously though, you could tell that you were thoroughly researched and that you put a lot of work into it. So I don't know, and it wasn't even noticeable. At least not unless you were really, really paying attention.
Yeah. She's right. I literally had no idea until you just said it.
Yeah.
That's because Artie came in at the end and wasn't actually watching the video.
That's not true.
Probably drunk.
Before you.
Sure you were.
Everybody but you knows that.
Who was there before you?
Sure, Artie was there before me. He shows up at the beginning, he says hi, and then he goes and masturbates for an hour.
Hey, out of the five of us, who do you trust?
Me?
Wow, you might want to let that go for Lent.
Artie is a chronic wanker.
I didn't say that part wasn't true. What I said was
He says hi.
I think it's way more important that we talk about prostate health than anybody's wanking.
Nacha, your voice sounds funny. It's not. You don't have a deep voice.
You're not quite deep enough.
You're not Barry White.
Yeah,
you better turn back into Barry White, dude. I don't know if I can cope.
Or at least be a chipmunk.
Them dulcet tones.
This voice is making my heart on go away.
Yeah, I mean, what's Artie going to do? He's the constant wanker.
How am I supposed to participate with the flaccid penis?
You just helicopter. It'll come back.
Helicopter.
Jesus Christ.
I DM'd you, Nacha, if you want to go and check that.
Oh, sliding into the DM.
I saw it.
Nacha go, wow.
Nacha touched me in the group chat.
Let's get it on.
Got it right there.
Oh, and your LLC, right?
Yeah, more than the same one. It was clean.
Yay, I'm proud of you.
That's right. You didn't have to come to Indiana to do my laundry.
Yep, like a woman should, right?
Although my dryer has had the same dried clothes in it for 2.5 weeks.
Aww.
Very nice.
Hey, when you live alone, that shit's okay.
Yep. It's not okay when you got 3 people in the house and one of them works and the other one goes to school and the other one's a shut-in.
Right. The shut-in isn't the one that has a problem with the laundry that's left in there.
Exactly.
Is this working?
Nacha,
there you
there's
are.
the Nacha we know and love.
No.
Yeah, great.
It's the one we're group marrying.
Now I want to touch him
He's
inappropriately.
no longer chipmunk,
There you
Nacha.
Maybe turn your mic up just a touch.
Yeah, you're a little low.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I was sitting away a bit.
There you go.
There he is.
That's the man I know, love, and
So Nacha was the one that was wanking it. He was sitting away from his mic.
That'll do it.
Trying to prevent keyboard damage.
Well, yeah.
No, you don't want to get that shit in your keyboard. It's a bitch to get out, trust me.
It's a lot of
Personal experience.
when you're done. Just take it outside. Shake it at the neighbor's house.
You can usually just suck that out with With vacuum.
With what, a straw?
Yeah, straw.
Just lick it clean.
Yeah, that's what dogs are for.
Oh God!
Okay, seriously, it was okay to talk about straws and shit, but as soon as you throw a dog that's more than happy to lick its own genitalia and asshole in there, that's when it got weird.
That is when it got weird.
Yeah, that pretty much.
You're the
was.
kind of guy that puts peanut butter on your dong, aren't you?
No.
It took you way too long to say no.
I was trying to think of marshmallow fluff instead, and it took me too long.
Oh
That
God
makes
damn
sense
it!
because it's stickier. It would take longer to.
Yeah, it's got a lot more sugar in it. It's like rubber. It gets squeaky when it gets sticky.
God damn it.
Oh fuck!
I'm questioning my life choices.
You should. You really,
You should.
really should.
All of them that led you to this moment. Sure, I can see that, but don't beat yourself up. It's not your fault.
Oh.
So I do want to bring up something that is sort of related to the sex abuse summit, and everyone who is in the video early will know this. Cardinal Pell was found guilty of sex charges.
Yay!
Yeah.
You
The
deserve
Yeah.
that.
downside is that he's
Fucking-
not going to jail.
I don't care where he dies.
It's house arrest. So he's living in his nice, rich fucking mansion
That's
with an
fine.
ankle bracelet.
So it's
Well, he can't internationally travel though.
It's
so-
like-
Yeah, no, he ain't going anywhere.
it's
He's
like
forever-
Eddie Izzard said. Just don't go in that house.
Yeah, he's done.
Yeah.
And that's the good news.
Words and things.
I think he also gets. I think he also gets a well done for being allowed to spend the rest of his life in the prison that is his own lovely, overpriced abode. But by the same token, rotten hell, you piece of shit.
Yeah, down goes Pell.
It's too bad there isn't a hell. But I mean, as far as punishment goes, that's not.
That's definitely not punishment for me, but for him it might be.
Yeah, it might.
It's insufficient regardless, but it's better than absolutely nothing, and that's what he faced if he didn't go home. So
And more than anything, he can't continue what he was doing.
yeah,
Exactly.
Like he's no longer going to be a cardinal. He's no longer, going to have any position of power or influence or anything. And so being stuck in his home, there won't be any more victims. That's
And
an important thing.
Yeah, and to be honest with
for
you,
him.
the way I think justice is served best, I think, if we just get these people away from the populace so they can't offend more.
yeah. Not that it would have bothered me, but he almost certainly would have died in prison within a month.
Oh yeah.
Probably.
Yeah, no, he wouldn't have survived very long. That's for sure. Like, they would have put up as much security as they could. One of the security guards would have offed him.
Yeah, Jeffrey Dahmer lived far longer than most people thought he would before somebody finally got around to killing him.
True. It really is.
My favorite part of the Jeffrey Dahmer story is that apparently when the inmates learned that he'd been killed, they started chanting the name of the guy that killed him,
Right.
like in celebration.
Yeah. But I mean, is this the only person who has been convicted of a crime?
It's the highest ranking official convicted in Australia for certain.
Yeah, there has been, others. I know there was another smaller one here that was convicted, but not on a comparative level as Pell. So it's a bit of a milestone.
Pell had the
And the
backing
Pope
of the previous pope.
And this current Pope. And he's being forced now to basically renounce that and reject him and kick him out and all that.
One other
Which I
thing that-
highly doubt he would not do.
Defrocked.
Like,
He's got to be
so much
defrocked.
credit. Yeah.
One other thing that I
It's
do
still
like
true.
about. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I was done. I do apologize. I was just getting that one word out. because I remembered it was what they were using.
One thing that I do like about this is we finally have a precedent set. We finally have some people coming to justice, and I think it'll continue. It's the start of a trend. I'm hoping.
Well, it's hard to know because this sort of thing did happen in the 90s or whatever as well when they started trying to go after them.
Yeah, I think there's probably going to be some bishops in Pennsylvania that are going to be facing some pretty significant felonies based on the shit that came out last fall.
Should be. I hope so. God damn it.
The other thing that could happen is that there's a big public face of we're cleaning a house, and they get rid of a couple people and make them the scapegoats, even though they're probably perfectly guilty, but they'll just blame it all on them, and then the public perception will be that, well, they've cleaned house, they're all good now, and they can just continue in silence.
I don't think the Catholic Church is capable of having the general public ever get beyond. Nobody with a living memory of what has happened in the last 100 years that we know of is ever gonna. Yeah,
but for the most part, we still let them operate. Once they say they've gotten rid of those, we go, okay, the Catholic Church.
Well, in this country, we can't stop them from operating. So, better luck in Australia to fix that than here, because there's no way it can happen here. We can't go after the church.
Well, I mean, there are ways to do it, and I want to say it's Telltale that is the one that says bind them into non-existence. But he's talking about the Mormon Church, I think, not the Catholic Church. But I say apply it to all of them.
Yeah,
man, find every church everywhere, open investigations in all 50 states and the territories, and fucking clean house, man.
I think if somebody knows better, by all means, let me know. But I think American law allows that once a tithe has reached the coffers of whatever independent, whatever various Catholic church itself, once it's collected, it belongs to the Vatican. Is no longer available. The U.S. prosecutors couldn't go after the money associated with a specific Catholic church because that church doesn't have money. All of the money that's associated with that church actually belongs to the Vatican, which makes it an international case.
I'm not too sure it works that way. Because when I was doing my research for another video a couple of months ago, it was actually one of my criticisms videos on the church's wealth. I found that there were dioceses that were actually more wealthy than the Vatican itself. And the one I found was in Germany somewhere.
No shit.
So I'm pretty sure the money actually goes to the diocese. Because, I mean, from an authority standpoint, it's a top-down structure, but financially, it's regional. It's a cellular operation.
That is different than what I thought. So
they'd probably be able to go after each individual diocese, no problem. If I'm thinking correctly.
Well,
once again, I'm not sure how that law actually
what I do know is I've got a friend of mine that works for Catholic Charities, and the diocese has no claim to any of that money, which I think is funny, considering that almost all of the money that goes to Catholic Charities comes from the diocese, but somehow it's not their money.
It might be a money laundering kind of thing. Not to accuse them of a crime or anything.
Yeah, right.
Here I go.
Money laundering in the most legal possible interpretation of that.
Money laundering?
Like borrowing money from a Russian oligarch in order to turn ill-gotten gains into U.S. dollars.
Oh,
womp, womp.
You mean being a good businessman?
You mean being a president?
Yeah. I think I just meant being a businessman. It's definitely he was
the first president ever He has the best presidency.
If he was a good president, or if he was a good businessman, he wouldn't have needed to go to Russia to borrow money. Because first, he wouldn't have needed to borrow the money, and second, he wouldn't have had to leave the country to borrow it.
I would just like to say this is fake news.
Who hasn't had to go to Russia at least once in their life to get money?
And I've been there like 6 times. I owe different gangs over their money. Oh, did I say gangs? I meant banks. Banks.
It was only after I went through my small loan of $1 million that I had to go to Russia.
I mean, I did hear that you can see Russia from America, like it's just there.
Oh, that's Alaska, and we don't really count that.
If you happen to be far out enough in the Bering Strait, that it is possible from some of those islands to see mainland Russia.
I was more going at laughing at the Sarah Palin idiot, but
I know, but nobody lives on those islands, so nobody in Russia can see Russia, or nobody in the United States can see Russia unless you happen to be traveling to one of the uninhabited islands from which you can see Russia.
Yeah, and I think that was Saturday Night Live.
Yeah, that's actually what was funny. Was Saturday Night Live is the one that said, "I can see Russia from my house."
Well, but what she did say wasn't better.
No, it was like, yeah, I know, but it wasn't from my house, which is the quote that everyone says.
What experience do you have with international politics? Well, Alaska and Russia are neighbors.
Mm-hmm.
No, you're not. It's like saying Detroit and Toronto are practically the same city.
It's just a hop, skip, and a 3-hour boat ride.
They're wait, what? They're not?
Yeah, I know. It's shocking, this revelation, but it's true. Anyways.
Yep. So after the summit and watching that jumbled up video, what hopes do you guys have that shit's gonna get straightened out in the church? I'm assuming really high.
Yeah. Well.
Sorry. I would like to see the pews emptied and nothing less, but that's not gonna happen.
No, that's not.
So at least I would like to see those who have been proven to be abusers, like, go to jail.
Yeah, that would be nice.
I would like to see the church broken up and force the diocese to operate independently. I would like to see Vatican City return to fucking Italy, but I know that's too much to ask too.
Yeah, it'll definitely not happen.
Pretty much any.
But think about how those taxes might save the Italian economy.
Why are you going with the crazy talk, Artie?
I know.
But pretty much anything that we come up with in terms of resolving this issue would be a pipe dream, because, I mean, let's face it, the trend doesn't look good. The amount of time
not really.
known that this shit's been going on. I mean, it's been going on for fucking way longer than 100 years.
Yeah. I mean, the most prominent cases that we really know about are about 70 years old now, because they first started in the 50s. They first started really collecting this data.
Yeah.
But it has to have been going on for hundreds of years. You know, I mean, something like this doesn't just start for no good reason. There has to be something that started it. And Mac brought up celibacy at one point in the video, and I think that might be it.
Well, if I'm not mistaken, there have been some written materials in the Catholic Church as old as, like, at least a couple of 100 years old, where they were discussing abuse. And it's been a joke for centuries.
Yeah. Anybody know how long it's been since priests weren't allowed to marry?
I want to say that change was made sometime in the 1500s.
Yeah, my thought was 400 or 500 years ago, so that matches. I don't remember the Pope's name. I remember that Pope had like a cousin or an uncle that was a eunuch. That was outside the church, had broken some law and became a eunuch.
Was it the Borgia Pope or?
I don't.
Because when you said eunuch, that's what popped in my mind.
Yeah, for all I know, it's Pope Fantastic. I don't fucking know, but
Pope Dingus Dongus.
yeah,
Dingus Dongus the third.
Oh.
But yeah, I think there's something to be said for not allowing the priest to marry, because I think that made it easier for. I think as often as not, when a boy got to the age where they were sexually aware and they realized that they were facing eternal damnation for their sexual proclivities or tendencies, entering the priesthood was the most obvious means to salvation. And so long as you can continue to do horrible shit and then ask for forgiveness, mumbling under your breath, what's to keep you from fucking doing that? Nothing. So you do it.
Just do it like Nike.
Yeah, blow out your shoe and a couple of knees.
Oh.
Did get to talk to my dad about that tonight, which was interesting. My dad's losing his mind, so any opportunity to talk to him about something that he remembers actually having happened is kind of exciting. In that sense, tonight's dinner was nice.
Aww.
He was aware. He was actually the first time he ever mentioned the fact that he ever admitted that he had memory loss.
Oh, really?
Yeah. But he was trying to think of all the names of the guys that he used to work with over the years, and he spent 50-something years at GE, which is quite a number of guys, but at any rate, didn't mean to throw in an anecdote and completely derail everything. It was just a thing.
Oh, #heathen in the chat says the church was 1,000 years old before it definitively took a stand in favor of celibacy in the 12th century. The Second Lateran Council, was it Lateran? Anyway, held in 1159 when a rule was approved forbidding priests to marry. In 1563, the Council of Trent reaffirmed the tradition of celibacy.
So we were thinking of the 1539, and then what we were missing was the 1034, or whatever the hell numbers we were just like.
1039.
Yeah, whatever.
The 1000.
I didn't remember it that long. I won't be expected to remember it tomorrow. Yeah, today, wasn't it today that the first Roman laws persecuting Christians became a thing in year 304 or something like that? I saw that on Twitter. Some today in Roman history or something.
Oh, well, then it must be true.
Of course.
Saw it online. I'm not really sure.
I don't fucking know better. If you do, tell me.
I do know that Nero, quote unquote, persecuted them. Let me see.
Nero was real near the end, though, as I recall.
Okay.
That was 407. When did Rome get sacked? 400 and...
I don't know dates.
Yeah, I was
Okay.
thinking.
I
have no
In
idea.
If it weren't
AD,
the amount of time team that I watch, I wouldn't know that the Romans went to Britain in the year 40. And I learned all kinds of shit. That 400 years later, the Romans, or the Rome had collapsed, and then the Dark Ages started.
so in 64 AD under Nero, in the Edict of Milan in 313 AD, in which the Roman Emperor Constantine the Great and Licinius legalized the Christian religion. Before that, I think in between like Nero and that time, they were highly persecuted. Let's see. Started in 250 AD. Empire-wide persecution took place as an indirect consequence of an edict by the Emperor Decius.
Yeah, that sounds
249 to 251. He was the emperor. The edict was enforced for 18 months, during which some Christians were killed while others were apostatized to escape execution. So yeah. There were some people that did not think it necessary to die for their God. Huh.
Most of those are
terrible apostates.
Most of those are pagans that became Catholics. I was talking with somebody today about somebody posted a meme that was it was a triangle that had God in the center, and then Father, Son, and Holy Ghost or something, and arrows going to the middle from all three that said yes, and then arrows going from each of the corners to each other saying no. And the tweet was, "Does this make sense to anybody?" And some guy chimed in, "Yes, it makes perfect sense." I'm like, "Oh, do explain." How the fuck does this make sense? Well, if you were Christian, you would get it. And I'm like, no, I was Christian, didn't get it then either.
Atheist girl says Rome was sacked 20 minutes after its boss found out it was drinking on the job.
Oh, damn.
Oh.
Well, I mean, it's fair. You shouldn't drink while you're at work.
Right?
So.
I've had to send motherfuckers home for being drunk.
I used to work at a radio station.
Oh, so you were constantly blitzed.
It was more about being high than it was about drunk, but there's a lot of drunk going on too. Used to be a patio right outside the studio, and they would refer to it on air all the time, like it was this lavish thing. I just came back inside from the patio. It's beautiful outside. I got the grill going out there, and blah blah blah. Really, what was going on is there's a bong being passed around by among 3 or 4 DJs and the interns.
Oh, okay. So bong was, or barbecue was.
Yeah.
Bong.
Yeah. The grill was actually the bong that was being passed around. The only smoke out there was coming from that. It was so funny to hear him talk about it on the air, though, knowing exactly what was actually going on.
Hi. Fuckers getting high.
I want to work at a radio station right now. Is that weird?
That's a pretty. It pays absolute shit, but it's a pretty.
That's the reason I don't want to work in a radio station. Otherwise, it'd be great. It's great fun, just not good pay.
I got offered myself and a buddy of mine that graduated from UConn, University of Connecticut. We got offered the morning show in Hartford, Connecticut, and we're like, okay, well, let's talk contract, and they offered us $16,000 a piece annually to do 5.5 hours a day on the morning show. I was like, I don't think that's going to work for me.
Well, you're doing this shit for free. So.
Yeah, but you know what I don't have to do this? Get up at 5 o'clock in the morning and write a fucking show.
There you go.
Right.
Although I would have been working with one of the funniest people I've ever met. It would have been a lot of fun, but you can't live in fucking Hartford, Connecticut on $16,000 a year. I don't care what 1990 year it was.
Yeah, if the Gilmore Girls has taught me anything, it's that.
Yeah.
I remember the 90s.
Probably more vividly than I do.
But
I was young in the 90s.
They were awesome.
The 90s were fun.
Yeah, they were fun for me too.
I was young back then.
How much do you love me, Matt?
I assume this is get up and do something.
Yeah. Bring me that vape juice, please.
Okay.
Yay!
I was going to say, if the something you're about to ask him to do is sexy time, please don't get me banned.
Lower.
You can at least mute.
Oh, yeah.
Bow, bow.
Oh, yeah, right there.
Oh, my God.
Oh, that's the way Mama likes it.
Oh,
Yeah,
Yeah.
exhale, it hurts.
yeah. It's extra lube on that.
You need to file your nails, son.
Oh, I mean, it's true though. Oh, godless Iowan facts.
Y'all are just filthy.
Yep, a little horn.
We're not the we look after our nails. Unlike you.
Exactly.
Well, enough filthy.
Nobody gives a shit about whether or not I have trimmed nails or hang nails, but I keep them that way on the off chance somebody might care.
Just on the chance.
Jesus.
You're awful people.
I think.
See,
Wait, that's considerate. That's being considerate.
I mean, that's true. You got a point there, or you're lacking points, whichever.
see, here's a question, right? And this is wildly off topic for what I meant this to be. But do you think that lesbians in real life look at lesbian porn when the actresses have their like nails all done up all crazy? Do you think they watch that in horror?
Yes. I mean, no.
Answer that kind of quickly.
Yeah.
Something you want to tell Matt?
I've had that experience. It's like, you know, where are you putting that? Oh, hell no. Hell no. Bitch, you better trim that shit up.
Go ahead, keep talking.
Oh my God.
Okay, seriously, step away
I
from the
love this.
microphone.
The issue with having sex with Iowan is all the straw in the bed afterwards.
That's right. I straw all over her.
Oh, God.
The worst is when he gets it in my hair.
Yeah.
All dry,
Hard,
and crumbly.
Oh, God.
hard to get that hair or that straw out of the hair.
And then you start
Oh, just rub it in.
Yeah.
sneezing and wheezing.
Yeah. Hay fever is a whole different thing.
That's a t-shirt right there.
Fever is there.
Oh, shit.
Oh my God.
You actually should have someone work that up, G.I. Just have like a picture of your straw man laid out looking all spent.
Try, get the drawing, brother.
Hashtag hay fever recovery session.
Oh, God.
Bye, Staggers and Jacks. He's going back to
Hey,
Floyd.
boy.
Hell yeah.
Take it easy, Stags.
I would listen to Floyd before I'd listen to me too.
By the way, which one is pink?
That's a good question.
That'd be you.
So Nacha,
All right.
Yo.
where are you and hashtag heathen going on your honeymoon?
Ooh.
I don't know. Africa.
Africa?
Well,
That's
it's
a pretty
safer than
big
coming to
fucking
Australia.
area.
It's like North
Are
America.
you going to bless the rains?
Yeah, I was thinking-
Hell yeah, we're going to bless the rains.
I couldn't help it.
Did
It's so obvious, but I had to.
Is
Did
it
you see the Weezer video with
No.
Oh, they've done a few.
Weird
I don't know.
Al in
They've
it?
like,
Yeah, I
is it
saw that
Weezer that's come out with a couple new? No, it wasn't Weezer, was it? Was it
yeah,
Weezer?
yeah, Weezer's got. I've seen 3 new videos of theirs on YouTube.
So
in
it
the
was
last
them. Yeah,
month, too.
because I saw a couple of them, and they're not bad.
One of them is
I'm liking it.
Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood knockoff. The song is kind of crap, but the video is really good.
You know that blessing the rains is actually just a Strayan word for golden shower.
I'm sure it is.
Of course it is.
Well, no,
Hey, you know what? I'm not here to judge whatever hashtag heathen's into.
I know, I just saw that too.
whatever hashtag it takes to get you to act.
No, they're now
I'm
not your
WW.
hashtag. Not your hashtag.
I'm not your hashtag.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gonna nope the fuck out of that. I'm not giving anybody any of these watchers contacts. Y'all
I wondered where all that fuck was coming from. It turns out it was coming from that. She got all the fuck out of it.
There's mine.
It's just oozing.
Ooh.
It's just a big
Now I've
puddle
got
of
that fucking
moist fuck.
Artie.
Oh, moist.
Artie broke himself.
Artie.
Oh man, that was really funny to me.
I hope you ate
Really?
today because you seem to be drinking a beer.
I am. I'm beer number 2, and if I'm up for 9 more hours, I can have 7 more.
Yeah.
Artie likes solo golden showers. He just lays on his back and sprays in the air.
I am.
Oh my god.
I am
Oh, shit.
fairly well known in the Midwest as being kind of a water sports Olympian.
Yeah, it's Fountainhead the remake.
So, with what, like, oh my god.
It's the extra special Olympics.
Yeah. Participants won.
Isn't that special?
There's the I don't give a fuck dash. There's the I don't give a fuck marathon. There's the I really need to write these down. This could be a really good joke.
I was just going to tell you, Nacha, you should be careful because #heathen back in the 90s was known as pound. So, might be a little rough.
Pound heathen, eh?
Yeah, because it's the pound sign.
Yeah.
Yep, I got it.
Yeah.
God damn
You
it.
got it, but it's not funny.
You shut up, brother!
It could also be childish to call it a tic-tac-toe heathen.
Yeah.
Tic-tac-toe heathen.
And the ampersand was a fist bump.
Ampersand was a fist bump.
What?
What are you talking about?
Oh.
I think Artie's off his meds again.
I think, see, we need to go back because Faye missed the funny part about the remake of the Fountainhead.
See, Artie likes to give himself solo golden showers. It's what keeps his complexion so nice.
Yeah, it's what creates this glow.
Yes.
Artie, do we need to get Rachel Oates to instruct you about why you shouldn't use pee
No.
for anything like that?
No. Anybody who believes any part of this probably should talk to Rachel about some other shit. Yeah.
We're talking about fisting because fisting is
Who
great.
doesn't love a good fisting?
Yeah. Fist up for Jesus.
There's always one question about fisting, and it's yay or nay.
Nay.
Yay or nay. We going up? Or we going up?
Oh my.
Oh, man.
And if you're going like this, you gotta trim these. Everybody, this is just it's just etiquette. You gotta trim these. Keep everything, keep your cuticles nice and moisturized.
Matt.
What?
There's a song by Tool. I don't know if y'all have ever heard of the band Tool.
Snaggle finger.
Of course.
Cool.
There's a song called Stink Fist. It's great.
How did I know you were going with Stinkfist?
We're talking about Stink Fist.
About, you ever heard Dick in the Dirt?
No.
No.
Dick in the Dirt. She kind of likes it where it hurts.
Oh.
It's a Sammy Hagar song from the 80s?
Oh, well, that's why I don't know it.
No one remembers the 80s already.
Nobody remembers the 80s for good reason. Everyone was high as fuck back then. Even
Well,
me as a baby.
I was going to say you were a baby. Were you a crack baby? What the fuck are you talking about?
That was the 90s.
I was 4 years old in 1989, okay? I was old enough to make decisions about my body.
You knew shit. You'd been through stuff.
You knew shit.
Uh-oh.
And yes, to answer the question in the chat, #Heathen is married to Nacha. I wedded them during the actual video, so there's no engagement. # has to explain this to her fiance.
Are you wedded or wetted?
Wedded. No, I didn't wet them.
They're moist.
It sounds like this is a water
Well,
sport.
it is their wedding night, so I'm sure there should be some kind of moistness.
Should be
Bless the rain for them.
on their wedding.
Oh, God.
On their
Yeah.
wedding night.
Are you okay, Nacha?
Yeah.
He's all sticky and salty, but yeah, he's fine.
Oh.
Jesus.
Uh-oh.
Fucking hell.
He's
Pass
just
the notes.
crystal and urine, but he's other than that, he's all right.
Yeah, water sports.
Water sports.
Sploosh.
You need a...
Splash, 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 splash. Stay alive. Stay. Look at that jacket over the shoulder.
I'm staying alive. Oh, you can tell by the way I move.
See,
What the fuck, Nacha?
this is the quality content.
Right?
Stop showing off for your new wife.
Wait, is that Morgan, the guy with the bookshelf?
Huh?
Nacha?
What?
Is that a Morgan's butt, the guy with the bookshelf and the ex-wife?
I don't...
I have no idea who you're talking about.
The
I don't
video.
either.
The video.
I mean, I know you're referring to the dude in the army butt, but I don't know the Morgan you're talking like.
The video I sent you that you watched with the what's his fuck? God, now I can't think of his goddamn name. The puppet, the purple
And
puppet.
you expect me to remember this shit? Oh, not what? Who? This guy? What about it?
Sammy J and
I'm so
what's the puppet's name?
Yeah, the weird purple puppet thing.
Yeah, his story about buying the bookshelf.
Yeah, okay, but what?
That's
Okay, how did we get to this?
Morgan.
This has been Brain Fart with Artie and Nacha.
Asked if this was the Morgan from the story.
This is like when you're sitting at a restaurant and two of your friends are bickering back and forth, and you're just like awkwardly waiting for the check.
What the
Yeah.
fuck? Cody?
That never happens.
No,
Ever.
it's not. That's not it. The person. No, I don't think so. Anyway,
Right.
he's not a purple puppet.
Paula Morgan.
God bless him.
Oh, that's the Morgan I thought of. See, that's obviously not who you're
Name's not
talking
Morgan.
about.
Morgan is the guy with the wife that was cheating with his best mate who had the bookshelf for sale.
You know what I've just
Yay!
noticed? All the times that I've seen Nacha use this, I never realized there was a dog in the background.
Well, fuck, there's a dog there?
Yeah, there's a dog there that's like, oh, this is fucking annoying.
I didn't realize that until tonight.
Sure would be nice to go for a walk, but no, Dad's got to shake his ass in front of the camera again.
It
That's
does.
what he does because he can't helicopter.
Jesus, mate.
So when this guy
Oh.
farts, is it kind of like that Morgan shriek that she does? You know, little Snarky does that, and it's hilarious because she's the one that does videos to Matt. And she does that. She's been doing it for years. And I'm like, you sound like Morgan, right? She's like, knew it. Yeah, I do. Oh my God.
Why, yes, I do.
That poor child.
That moment of self-realization. And in that moment, she became an adult. It's like,
So
yeah.
now Nacha is slathering.
Lubing myself up.
It was a very funny show, and then it went to Yahoo, and I never watched it.
I never watched it in the first place, to be honest.
Well,
Although that guy there is funny as hell.
It was a great show. Community was great, especially when it had Chevy Chase. But then Chevy Chase was kind of an asshole, and
Aww.
He was
Thought
always
he
an
was-
asshole. He's just always a funny asshole.
yeah, he didn't like being on a sitcom.
Aww.
He didn't like working from a script ever.
Yeah,
I wouldn't really blame him, to be honest. At least, well, maybe not the script thing, but I think it would suck to be in a sitcom.
yeah, but Community was funny. It was a good sitcom. It had good comedy.
Well, that's
It wasn't
rare.
like your average sitcom where it's say something, wait for the laugh track, then say something, wait for the laugh track.
Yeah. Wait for the idiot dad to say something to the idiot dad from next door. Everybody laugh. Move on to the next endearing comment.
Oh my.
Well, I mean, if there's anything we've learned from sitcoms and commercials, it's that men are absolute blundering morons.
Yeah,
so
We're lucky to remember to eat. Oh,
But is that the case? Because the women are also blithering morons in sitcoms because, like, it's the guy's a dumbass, but by the end of the episode, all he has to be like, I probably shouldn't have shit on your wedding dress. And she's like, oh, it's okay. You've learned your lesson. Come here.
yeah, absolutely. As he goes to get a hug from the woman that set his hair on fire.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, no, it's the different. What happened in the 70s? This I'm just going from my own living memory. The 70s, we had like All in the Family, where Archie was just this prick, treated his wife like shit,
Oh, Archie.
and that's why she quit the show. And then we got to the 80s, and we're like, well, we got to fix that. So we went the complete other fucking direction for a decade and thought that was okay. And there were, don't get me wrong, there were obviously there were sitcoms in the middle there that were just fucking fine and absolutely hysterical. Cheers and MASH and a bunch of other things that were as good were going on, but most of them it was either making fun of somebody's gender for being stupid or strong and stupid or pretty and stupid, or it was always making fun of somebody with stupid, which is fine, except that I'm Polish.
What?
so you're the ultimate target.
Grace said I was stupid.
So I just want to say that
Something about scrambles on a submarine.
Bun
Sorry,
Bun does
sorry.
not have to work. I would totally take care of Bun Bun, so it doesn't have to.
Oh,
shit.
Bun Bun wants to work.
Oh.
Bun Bun's just having fun. Bun Bun's exercising. What do you don't
Bun
judge
Bun's
Bun
working the
Bun?
shit out of
Bun
that
Bun
bowl.
can do what Bun Bun wants.
A
Oh.
lot of
Bun Bun worked the pole.
pole work being done by Bun Bun.
But I worry
Work.
about Bun Bun. It's so dangerous out there.
But Bun Bun's having fun.
There's a better chance.
Your face, man.
Bubba, have you ever heard of bun bars?
No, I haven't.
It's like a goo cluster, chocolate and peanuts and stuff. I want to send one to you or some to you and the Iowans just for the whole fucking bun comments. I'm not going to pay to ship them internationally and have them sit in a fucking warehouse for a month, but if I ever make it to Australia or you get here, I'll make sure you get one. They're made here in town. It's the Wayne Candy Company, and they used to be better than they are now, but they're still, suitable. But bun bars, like eating a rabbit.
Awesome.
Rabbit is delicious, actually.
It's funny they call them bun bars because they're not bars. It's just it's a patty. It's more
Like a cow patty.
it's way more of a bloop than it is a bar.
So you brought up TV shows that were good from like the 80s, because you had Cheers
And MASH.
and like you had MASH. MASH was good,
MASH was awesome.
but MASH was like the last episode.
Incredible.
I don't know.
It's fucking incredible.
Dude, that's one of the best series finales of all time.
For 35
You got the
years-
crying
Wait,
chicken
for
thing.
35 years, it was
The
most
chicken
watched
thing.
show ever.
Chicken thing. Oh my
about
god,
the
the chicken thing.
The chicken thing where he had to kill a baby instead of a chicken.
Yeah, that was fucking stupid.
That's stupid. His brain was protecting itself through delusion, man. That's a
It
real
went from,
psychological
it was
phenomenon.
a comedy to all of a sudden he has to kill a baby. What the fuck?
Well, okay, Hawkeye didn't do that.
It was
the
the
mother
baby's
did.
mom did it. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. No spoilers.
And
If you haven't seen MASH,
MASH has been out for longer than I've been alive.
Yeah, if you
And
haven't
I've
seen-
been kicking around for almost 32 or 33 years, so you got to get on that.
yeah, if you haven't seen Farewell, Goodbye, So Long, it's
Amen.
like 90 minutes. It's really fucking good.
I don't
Yeah.
think we ever, because Matt and I were binge watching Cheers. Did we ever finish?
I don't think we did.
I don't think we did either, but
I mean, I've watched it all, but
yeah, like I didn't watch a lot of TV.
Yeah, anybody remember what the last episode of Cheers was?
I do.
What was it?
He closes the bar
Why?
because he has to go and there's something he gets
You're
a
saying this in your
job.
panic voice like I should know this.
No, doesn't he get a job as like a coach or something?
I sincerely don't remember. That's why I
I
asked.
think he gets a job as a coach,
Yeah, because he's a baseball guy.
and he has to move away, or like as a sports writer or something to do with sports.
I definitely wouldn't have been a writer.
And like it's his dream. It's been his dream, and so he goes off.
So he probably went to be a pitching coach, like Coach.
Yeah, Coach was great. Coach
Coach might have been the greatest sitcom character of the 90s.
I
Coach
like
was.
Frasier. Frasier was funny.
Frasier was a funny show.
Frasier's a funny show.
I
Coach.
never got into it.
Well, you have to be smart.
Oh, that's just hurtful. That's just hurtful.
God,
Lumbee.
how old were you guys when that was a show?
When Frasier was a show, or when Cheers?
I was a teenager.
Frasier.
Yeah, I was a teenager.
Yeah.
Yes, you're old. We get it.
Yeah, I was like 30.
Aww.
Oh, poor Roddy.
Yeah, poor me. What?
Wonder Lady
what
says
would
she's
be-
thirsty, which thirsty has a different connotation now.
It does.
Yeah, don't bless any rains.
Yeah, all the moisture.
Oh, Nadja. Nadja.
Nah,
Alrighty.
nah.
You need some new gifts. Oh, I think this is new.
She says, thirsty is another word now for
Wanting that D.
wanting that D.
And I don't mean Dallas.
And we were talking about Cheers, and it had Ted. Remember when Ted Danson was a fucking sex symbol? Like, what the fuck?
I still think he's an attractive guy. He's just got a bunch of gray hair.
He's weird looking. I always thought he looked like Frankenstein.
Oh, I always thought he looked like that.
Yeah.
There's a lot of
I hate to break it to you, Faye, but yeah, thirsty now means you want
Thirsty
to be.
means you're horny.
Yeah.
Drink from the tap.
So there's a lot of guys that are considered sex symbols that I just go, what the fuck are y'all thinking? Like there's this show called Evan Goes Wild that's on like Animal Planet, and I've been watching it, and there's in this commercial they have this animal, right? And I've been like, what the fuck is this animal?
Sexy.
Well, I was looking it up, I was Googling it, and all over Google it just talks about how sexy Evan is, and I'm like, what the fuck? He looks weird. He looks like leather that didn't tan properly, you know?
Oh.
The color of a smooth brain.
See, you know a woman that's been considered a sex symbol that I never, ever got? Sarah Jessica Parker.
Oh, yeah. Her and Angelina Jolie.
Yeah. Angelina Jolie, I get. Not so much now, but...
Without the makeup, though.
I didn't think Farrah Fawcett was pretty, especially after I heard her talk.
That's what ruins it for me usually.
Well, if you've ever seen the movie Cannonball Run, one of the great commentaries I heard years and years after the fact was that the lines they wrote for her literally made her look like the screaming fucking airhead that she was, and she had no idea the whole time she was playing that character that the whole point was to make her out to be who she actually was, and that she was only kind of playing a part.
Huh, that's mean.
It is, but this I ask you this question because my ex asked me: Is it mean if the person you're making fun of doesn't know you're making fun of them?
Yes.
I think it is. Yeah.
Okay, why?
I don't know. I think I'll be the
To whom are you being mean if nobody recognizes that if the person you're being mean to doesn't recognize it?
Yeah, see, I'm a consequentialist, so I'd have to say it's not.
I wouldn't. Like, you could be mean to someone that's mentally challenged, and it's definitely going to come off as mean to everyone else around.
Right. In that instance,
and that would be consequences.
Right. In that instance, everyone around sees you being mean to somebody.
Right.
And thinks it's mean because, let's face it, that is. But if you're just shitting on somebody because they're stupid, or you've written a part for somebody that just is meant to do nothing but display how stupid most people don't know this person is, I don't think that's mean, especially when you get paid to shit on yourself.
Yeah,
see, I don't want to.
Like hashtag Heathen says, I would feel bad about it, but
I don't know. I don't really want to go here because I mean it's kind of the whole reason why I have Artie on my streams.
Oh, no, not that.
Hey, I'm not.
Hey.
Not that. He doesn't understand. Anyway, Nadja, what the fuck is a drop there?
What do you mean? What do you mean? What the fuck? It's an awful, terribly vicious species of koala that it's massive compared to the normal fluffy types that they show you in the zoos, and it'll drop down from the trees whenever there's if it's a big red kangaroo even or a human, anything big, and viciously tear you apart and eat you.
Cool.
Awesome.
It's like the kukui, but in a tree.
Killer koala.
Yup. I mean, you should Google them. The images are like, they'll show you all you need to know. They're scary.
Yeah, Google it.
Just a little bit.
I want whatever he's drinking.
I highly
Nacho, you're not giving away our secrets from over here, are you?
Oh no, of course not. Never.
Never.
I don't want them thinking it's good.
That's your best Churchill imitation I've ever heard. Never.
Never. We shall fight on the beaches.
Surrender.
We shall never surrender.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Anyway, hi everyone.
Hi, Terry.
Oh yeah, hello.
Howdy.
I don't get to write it with the 3 exclamation points that you're used to, but hi, Terry.
I always end up in these hangouts with a bunch of dudes.
Did you ever invite all your friends?
Say that like you're angry about it.
assholes.
I can always talk in a different voice.
Yeah. Do that. Thank you.
So, I did forget. I meant to send you a link a while back, Nacha, because I remembered reading about a koala attack.
Yeah.
And you questioned me on it, and I was meant to send it to you. So I just sent it to you on Twitter.
Cool.
But yeah. So koalas can be vicious.
Yeah, well, in reality, you know, yeah.
And they have
Big
chlamydia.
teeth.
Yeah.
Yeah, they do have
Yeah.
sharp claws.
Chlamydia. It's a major problem.
Yeah, it is.
And they always want to climb everything, so...
And fuck your face. Oh, wait. Sorry, wrong bear.
I mean, how do you think they got the chlamydia?
That's them red pandas.
You're going from personal experience, Artie.
Yeah. Yeah, it's why I had to stop going to the zoo.
Oh, Christ.
I mean, they paid me to go there, but I couldn't take the money anymore. It just wasn't worth it. Kept waking up with my eyes glued shut. Just wasn't fucking worth it. You can only wake up on your back in a zoo with a spent red panda in the cage next to you so many times.
But yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know how to respond to that.
I like to leave my audience with a certain level of
What the
Whoa.
fuck?
I mean, it's important to note right now that red pandas are not actually pandas.
that's right.
Yeah,
no.
they're more like raccoons.
No, they're not even like raccoons. They're their own separate species.
Really?
Are they even red?
The species that split into raccoons also split into red pandas, but they're completely separate. So it'd be like us and
Chimps.
more like us and monkeys, where the separation happened far enough in the past that we're not really related.
Monkey.
But, yeah.
I can see some resemblance in some people.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Him?
Speaking of monkey, come here.
That's not a monkey. That's a dog.
Yeah. I mean, even though you spank it, but
I
got that.
How dare you think that I beat this dog?
Not that. No,
We're
not the
talking
same
about-
monkey.
Only when I run out of marshmallow fluff and she gets out of control.
oh my god! Oh my god! Pepper.
If there's a hell, there's a special place in there for you.
She had a zit right next to her eyeball.
Aw.
Dad finally fixed that for her. A pair of pliers and some hot metal.
Well, that's a little gross.
That's how.
Ow. Yeah, ow.
Just leave the pimple alone.
Oh, no. I had a thing to do with some hot wire and some pliers, and then I addressed her pimple.
This sounds like something from like Pulp Fiction or something.
Yes, I stabbed it right in her eye.
No, I mean I'm gonna go get medieval on your ass.
Jordy, Does your daddy get medieval on your ass? You tell him. Help me. Get me the fuck out of here.
What the fuck? What?
He's worse than he lets you know.
I love how your dog always looks super concerned.
Yeah, she is totally just like her dad. Atta girl.
What's going on?
How bored you?
I'm sorry. Am I? Oh no, I'm not bothered.
I don't know why he comes in here and talks at the screen.
Yeah. Why do I have to lay on the floor behind him while he does this? It's so weird.
Pretty sure that the dog already knows that Artie's nuts.
At least put some cat pictures on the screen so he's got something to look at.
No.
Be at least well familiar with Artie's nuts.
Yeah. Intimately. Mostly by scent and flavor.
Oh my god.
Good lord. Peanut butter tasting.
This is
Marshmallow Fluff, man, where have you been?
I need an adult.
I'm an adult.
I'm the oldest one you got.
I guess I'll settle for a band of dolts.
I'm older than a lot of you, so you children behave yourselves.
That was hurtful.
No.
Aww.
That's right. You give me a reason to live, Terry. I forgot about that.
Other than poking your poor dog in the eye.
That's just really. That's not the reason.
Oh.
That's just a thing the universe lets happen to her.
Oh my god.
Oh, was that the dog?
I don't know what that was.
It was.
Somebody stepped on a duck.
Yay, I'm not
Yes!
Faye.
female anymore. Hi, Faye.
Thirsty Faye is here.
Oh my god.
No, see what that means. Oh my goodness.
You got to bring up the ratio of the female
I
to male
wanted a
ratio.
soda.
Yeah, like, if you go to what is it, the fucking slang Wikipedia thing, Urban Dictionary, you type in thirsty.
No, just go to Google, Faye, and type in thirsty women.
No,
Oh my god.
Oh, God.
no, because I refuse to think of male genitalia as a spigot.
Straight from the tap.
It's not like
You don't
one
want
of
to
those
know about
plastic
notches.
Coke bottles where you have to chew on it.
No, you got to shake it up.
Wax.
You shake it
Don't
up
you
a
mean
bit
you have to
and
like
it
bite the
explodes.
tip off to get the liquid out?
No!
You don't have to. You can just bite into the middle of it and have it squirt all over the inside of your mouth.
Oh, that sounds good.
Yeah. That's always an option. And then you just spit out the carcass.
Oh. What?
I don't know. When did this get weird?
When
Like
I
an
arrived-
hour ago.
No, wait. When you started talking about marshmallow fluff.
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh,
That was the exact moment.
actually, no, I think it was when I was accused of relations with my dogs.
No, you just
Yeah,
brought it
that's
up.
weird.
You brought it up. We didn't. You brought it up at the very beginning, and I was like, that's weird. And you're like, oh, that's weird?
No. It was
Oh,
when
no, yes.
No, it was when somebody
yeah,
said,
yeah.
don't you put peanut butter on your junk for your dog to lick off?
I didn't say that.
I didn't say you said it.
Listen here,
Pretty sure it was.
Oh.
Why does it matter?
motherfucker. That was BMillzebub. That was Lumpy Miles Above that said that.
Lumpy miles above.
God
That's
damn
what I
it.
said
That's
before.
never going away.
We love you, Lumpy.
It can't go away because every time your closed caption picks up you saying your name, it's Lumpy Miles Above.
Why are you watching with captions anyway?
Because sometimes people are asleep beside me and I'm watching YouTube.
Some people.
You have headphones?
Well, snarky.
There's more than one.
You have headphones?
I don't like to
God
wear headphones
damn.
at night.
He doesn't like
at night.
Wait,
That's what I thought of
at
sunglasses.
night?
I wear my headphones at night so I can.
So I can be thirsty, right?
I can have extra earwax in my ears when I wake up in the morning.
Oh, you guys. Hashtag heathen just Googled blue waffle.
Oh, God.
Why did someone
Okay.
have her Google blue waffle?
From the reaction, I do not want that explained to me. Thank you very much.
For the
A blue
record,
waffle is a condition.
for the record, Christy said don't Google it.
Yeah, right. You tell someone to don't do something, you know what they're going to do.
Yeah,
No,
don't give me all
I'm
your
not
money.
going to look. I don't want to know.
Blue waffle is a condition of the female genitalia that is horrifying.
No.
Yes, it is.
No, I mean, I don't want to hear it. No.
Oh,
Basically
nobody
makes
wants to hear it.
discolors and puffs and makes it look like a mashed up blue waffle.
And there's the audible discharge.
Audible? Audible? The discharge is like,
Nice.
Did I find that audible?
Oh, God.
squeak! Sorry, that's just a discharge. Squeak!
Oh, shit. All right, guys. I actually
broken.
I think this is actually a pretty
broken.
good place to end it with blue waffle.
Hashtag audible
No, that's not where you're ending it. You're ending it on audible discharge.
Yes, I am.
Audible
I just
discharge.
got here.
And I come on
Coming
the
out of
wrong,
my ass.
and I come in on the wrong end.
It won an Oscar last night for best new video.
Audible discharge.
But before everybody starts abandoning the stream, why doesn't everybody go ahead and shout out a creator that
I
deserves
just
a little
got
attention?
here.
I know, Faye, but we've been doing this for over an hour, and
Faye,
I need to properly edit the video.
Faye, you hang here, baby. We'll
We can't hijack the stream once you go.
Oh yeah.
Nope, doesn't work that way.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, we're going to leave this on your channel, whether you want us to or not. We're going to encourage people to say horrible things in the comments section.
Or say
There you
horrible
go.
things in the stream like dicks out for Jesus.
Whatever
No.
you do, hashtag do not Google blown out tater biscuit.
I want to know what that is now.
You will not ruin
Hashtag
potatoes
audible
for me.
discharge.
Yeah,
Instead of editing your video, you're going to be Googling that, aren't you?
You will not ruin
I
potatoes for me.
do.
No, do not Google it.
I'm going to Google.
Do
audible.
not Google blown out tater biscuit.
Right, don't Google it.
See, but it's human nature to do something you're told not to.
Don't do it.
Here's the word blown out. Gives you some idea.
Yes, don't Google blown out tater biscuit.
It's not like. No,
No,
I'm not going to go there. I'm not going to ask the question.
It's a lot like that, but there's less blood.
Think of 2 hash browns smashed together with sauce in between.
Oh my.
That isn't
Oh,
blood.
shit. Oh, damn.
Some other audible discharge.
I think we startled his hashtag because she's opening incognito mode.
That's what you're supposed to do when you Google the stuff they tell you not to Google.
Yeah. Just in case
There's a
you
reason
die,
to tell you not to.
just in case you die and your mom's computer literate.
Is this a good time for me to shout out hashtag Heathens channel?
Yes.
Oh, that's
It is,
actually. Shout out.
Because
That's
we
all
do
shout
need
out.
to wind it down. So shout outs everybody.
Subscribe to
Shout out to
hashtag
Hash.
Heathen.
No, I don't want that on my record. What?
Permanent record.
Who you got for us, Faye?
Luciano.
Oh,
Luciano's logic.
Yeah.
good one. That kid's funny.
He
Okay, who you are.
needs a lot of press
Bonus.
because he works really hard, and I don't think he gets the credit he deserves.
True.
So,
He's gonna need donors.
What kind of donors?
Political.
Oh, true.
We're gonna form a PAC. We're getting the PAC together, man.
A super
Oh.
PAC. There.
No, it's just an all right pack.
Da, 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 da.
Super packing it in there.
Just super packing now.
So I
my-
would like to shout out 2 Girls, 1 Cup.
Oh my god!
Christy already did. Christy
If
already
we
did
can,
that.
if we can get them enough subscribers, they might be able to afford a 2nd cup.
What they need is Imodium.
No, I would like to. I'm going to promote. Gray Skeptic.
Yay!
Oh, man. Very happy on birthday to you.
To
To
me.
me?
To you.
Right, who's next?
I would like to shout out Oscar Jungel. OSKAR JUN Gel.
Now with 50% less penis memes.
Yes, but only 50% less.
Yes.
The man bought a house, and he's got a girl now, and my baby boy is growing up. He's flown the nest. I'm so proud of my Swede. Yeah, no. Oscar Jungel, if you're a skeptic, his early videos are amazing. If you are a tech geek or a sound geek or a guitar player, the videos that he makes now are going to be things that will interest you. If you have any interest in learning how to make any of your own shit, he makes his own pedal effects and stuff now. So,
And if you like PewDiePie, he kind of sounds like PewDiePie who had a rougher life.
yeah. He's an overnight psych nurse, if that gives you any idea where some of his if you've watched any of my videos, you've seen him more than once.
Oh.
Yeah.
Is this where we admit we haven't watched any of your videos?
Yeah, he especially plays a very heavy part and kind of an inspirational part in my movie, or in my movie.
In my movie?
In my video where I cover, my short film, my 17-minute short film where I cover gardening.
Artie, you got videos?
I do, yeah.
He has at least video.
Yeah. I have handful and some more for the other hand, but not hands full.
Okay. I'll watch the video. I'll watch
Well,
the
it
video.
is what it is.
Artie is good for binge watching. You can binge watch all of Artie's content like 20 times over in a single night.
Oh, I'm making another
An
coffee.
hour.
I'm making a coffee in a minute. I might watch them then.
Oh, by all means, and attack me viciously.
Do it.
I should just go through every one of your videos and leave a horrible comment.
Yeah, Terry, what I really need is some hate in my comment section.
Okay, I'll think of something.
I sincerely don't think I've accomplished anything when I make flat Earth videos and I make fun of people and I say horrible shit about it. And I've had one person get mad, and then I made a video about her. So, and she got mad because she thought I was violating copyright law, and I'm like, no, I actually studied that in college. I think I got this.
Oh. Who else we got that needs to do a shout out?
Just waiting. Diablo, come off mute.
Oh, it's Snarky wants to
Friggin' answering machine in the background.
Yeah.
I want to shout out Christy. Can I do that? Of course I can. Let's shout out Christy Santiago. She's awesome.
Yay.
She's on loads of different channels as well, like Yours
Thought you were
Wonder
gonna
Lady.
say Heads.
Maybe that too. Yeah, no, she's fantastic. Everyone should go sub if you haven't already.
Christy, very funny woman.
Love Christy.
Has she got a computer fixed yet, or she was getting a computer, or
Still working
getting
on
a new
it.
one, still on the way. Yeah, still working on it.
She's got a power supply problem. She's been rubbing balloons against her head.
Oh, Nacha, the wifey's mad.
Well, yeah, the only reason I didn't was because it was already shouted out, and I was like, oh, damn, I had to think of somebody else.
It's bad when I love your wife more than you do.
Damn.
Yeah, well, what are you going to do?
Reminds me of a Steely Dan song. Just saying.
Yep.
And just so you know, there's a lot of people who say mayo cake is okay.
It is.
I think there's got to be a better way to get fat into a cake, but
Are you talking about that song "Fucking the Dough"?
that's picking out dough, not
No, it's
fucking
called
the dough.
I'll find it for you. Hold on.
Artie,
I just thought it was a fun joke.
Artie, I recommend you go and check your comments.
Oh, have you? Yeah, which video have you been watching or commenting on?
You just go and check your comments.
For what?
He
You just
doesn't
check your
know.
comments.
It'll show up in your notifications, hon.
Christ on a stick.
Well, I mean, technically
Okay.
it was a stick, I guess.
I don't even know how that works on my computer.
I'm sending you the song, okay?
Okay.
Yeah. Who else? Who else still needs to do a shout out?
Terry,
Yeah, I'm here.
you got a shout out?
Everybody.
Yay!
I'm not biased.
Right on.
Shows you how old I am.
Randomly go through every channel on YouTube and subscribe.
Yeah, all of them.
Well, speaking of going through every video, in like the 2 minutes that I was gone, I was able to comment on every single one of Artie's videos and just boomer.
Nice. I bet you had time to
Boomer?
watch them.
Wait,
through,
what?
too.
What does it mean to boomer?
You're a boomer. You're a
Means
relic of the
fart.
past.
Is it anything
Boomer
like
is a
goofy?
fart.
A boomer
fart.
is like a new thing on Twitter
it's
and
a
shit.
fart.
People,
This is like when Iowans
People-
totally making this shit up.
no, this is totally true. People
Like,
will call you a boomer.
Totally say that.
People will call you a boomer, and it's meant that you're old, washed up, and should be gone.
Like
It's
a
a
baby
fart,
boomer.
like an old fart.
Wait.
Yeah, they're
So,
cool. That's a good
so
reference.
what I'm looking forward to is how many times did you call me a boomer in my comments?
I called you a boomer on every single one of your videos.
God, you're such a dick. Oh.
None of it showed up in my notifications. None of it might have actually.
It
Yeah.
did. It did. It's there. Yeah, it did.
It's
It's there.
It's not here.
I'm telling you, it's there.
It might be
You
there.
gotta.
It's not
You
here.
might have to go to Creator Studio into your comments
Yeah,
section.
in your comment section.
I mean, if you
I
used
might
YouTube
think
more,
it's
you'd know how to get around. But
Understand these simple things, right?
you boomer!
Oh, look! It hasn't even shown up on the app on my phone. Yeah, they're there.
They're totally there.
They're fake news.
You got blocked. They all got deleted for spam.
They probably did because I went through every single one of your videos, so they're probably in your spam folder.
Seriously, aren't my notifications. The last notification I got was 2 days ago, and somebody else subbed. That was Atheist T Girl that subbed.
So, Bob, how do you feel about the people you know and have on your channel right now?
I feel pretty concerned for the decisions I've made in my life leading up to now.
Yeah.
Shoot,
I
you fucking
clearly have-
boomer.
I clearly have no control over any of you people.
That damn free will, am I right? Am I right?
We have taken over the stream.
I can't remember. Snarky, have you already shouted somebody out, or?
Yeah, I shouted out hashtag heathen because I love her more than her.
Okay, my memory is absolute shit.
I would try to block out this stream too.
Yeah.
I'm doing a pretty
Yeah,
successful
we did
job.
mention mayo cake, so.
Hashtag winning.
Yes.
And if I could just say one last thing, it would be MAGA.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
And everybody panic.
Mine would
Definitely
be,
panic.
I love my mom, and you can too for $50.
That's cheap.
Jesus, Artie.
She's only got one boob, and she's 77 years old.
Oh, only one boob. I want half price.
Well, I mean,
That price. Fuck you.
only one boob. If you're not good at multitasking, that's the kind of person.
Oh, look. The fact that titty fucking is off the menu is not my problem. You know what I'm saying?
Well, she's older. You could probably circle it around.
I was gonna say, Artie, there's always the underboob thing.
Yeah, you just, well, if she were bigger breasted, maybe, but that's another joke.
Artie talks more about his mother's boob.
Every other human being on the planet.
Likes his mom's boob.
First, she would be aghast, and then she would think, okay, that's funny. Yeah, that's funny. Yeah, that's funny too.
Shit. All right, everyone. I really do think that leaving off with Artie talking about his mom's boob is the best place we're gonna have to
Look,
leave.
you had the option of cutting it off and audible.
I mean, it's uphill from the two girls.
And just point out, not just his mom's boob, but titty fucking his mom's boob.
No, that was you.
Audible discharge is funnier. Audible discharge was the best thing I've heard in a while.
Yeah.
All right, everybody.
Cry. I was laughing so hard I started crying.
Keep an eye out tomorrow for when I have the video properly edited, all in the right order and everything. Guys, thank you for coming on to my channel. And
I'm sorry it took me so long to discover the link.
That's all right.
Good fun.
Hashtag uniboob titty fuck.
Audible discharge for the win.
Hashtag audible discharge. FTW.
Audible discharge 2020.
Is it running on the Republican ticket?
Yeah,
be a great replacement.
I'd vote for it over Trump.
Night, Bob.
I'm not sure how it did.
Good night, Bob.
Good
night,
Bob.
everybody.
Go ahead, cut us off before we keep going.
Yeah, cut